Welcome back to my channel. My name's Avi, and today we're going to be checking out the new generation of the AirPods Pro. As someone who's had AirPods since the beginning, I'm really excited to check out this new generation. So we're going to go ahead today, get started with an unboxing, and then I'll give you my thoughts on the product as a whole. So let's go ahead and get started. We've got the green tabs that are super satisfying to rip off. Here we go. So we've got the usual information packet, the getting started guide, all the usual information that you would expect. And inside here, we've got the new AirPods Pro. So just looking at them, they seem pretty similar in size compared to the prior generation. I'm noticing that they've got the little area for the lanyard hook. It doesn't look like it actually came with them, so let's take a look here. So we've got the typical USB-C to lightning cable that comes with it. And it looks like we've got these new earpieces. And so I think this is what's new here. You've now got the extra small, the small, and the large. So I'm really excited to try the extra small for myself, as even the smalls were pretty uncomfortable for myself last time. So it'll be interesting to see if these fit better for me. So let's go ahead and get them out of here. So first impressions, just looking at them, they look pretty similar in size compared to my old ones. It looks like they've already got a tip on them, which is probably the medium one. So we're gonna go ahead and actually take those off. And I am going to put on the small ones for myself. So let's see here. They seem to be pretty comfortable. I don't feel a ton of pressure inside my ear, which I did the last time when I got my first generation AirPods Pro, because the tips were unfortunately just a little bit bigger. So this definitely feels a little bit more comfortable. So I'm excited to see how this goes over the next few days. So let's go ahead and start off with the pairing process. So let's see here. It looks like it found the AirPods pretty easily. We'll click connect. Holding down the button. There we go. Okay, so it looks like we've got the AirPods connected. So now I'm just going to do a quick walkthrough of the different modes with you all. So let's go ahead and get started with that. You've got 3 modes as the prior generation offered as well. You've got transparency off as well as noise cancellation. When you go into noise cancellation, things get a little bit interesting. You've got the new adaptive transparency mode. Reportedly, this allows the AirPods to quiet loud sounds such as sirens, construction work, anything that's really loud above, I believe, 85 decibels without blocking out all noise. I tried to actually test this in a real world environment and also by having several sounds playing on the computer that would mimic that, and unfortunately I still couldn't get this setting to actually kick in. From looking at other YouTube videos, it seems like other reviewers had similar issues, so it'll be interesting to see if the adaptive transparency mode is actually helpful in the future. Aside from that, within noise cancellation, you can actually do what they have, the ear tip fit test. I've actually done this previously with my prior AirPods, and what's nice about this is it'll kind of give you an idea if the size of the tips that you're using are actually a good fit or not. So that's kind of a nice little benefit. So here it's telling me that I need to adjust because I don't have one of the AirPods fully inserted into my ear, but that's kind of nice to see. In terms of spatial audio, so this actually customizes the sound to your ear dimensions. I have done this previously. Since I'm doing the demo right now, you're not seeing it, but that's another added benefit of using the AirPods Pro, where it can really adjust the audio to the actual dimensions of your ear. So those are really the 3 main modes. The main difference really is the adaptive transparency, which I couldn't quite I couldn't quite get it to actually kick in, but hopefully we'll be able to see that in the future. Now let's compare the AirPods Pro first generation to the second generation. So we're going to start off by comparing the AirPods Pro cases. I will say that the main differences that you're going to notice between the first and second generation is that it's now got a built-in speaker, and you've also got this little area for the lanyard hook. Those are really the two main differences that you're going to notice on the case itself. Aside from that, they're both pretty similar in shape as well as size. I will say that the speaker, I think, is a great addition. As someone who's lost his AirPods before and accidentally thrown them in the trash and didn't find them till much later, I will say that this is a much welcome feature. They're definitely much easier to find than before. So I think the speaker really is the standout addition going from the first generation to the second generation case. Once you've got both of the cases open and you've got the AirPods out, to be honest with you, you can't really tell. From a shape and body size, I will say that they're pretty similar. It's almost hard to actually tell the differences. I think the one main thing that I really noticed between the two is that the second generation actually, to me, feels a little bit smaller and much more comfortable in my ear, especially with the extra small tip. So I really appreciated that. And the other main thing is that the second generation, you have the ability to control the volume right from the stem. And I think I initially didn't know how much I would actually appreciate this, but being at the gym and not having my phone always on me or sitting on a bench somewhere, it actually is really convenient. So I definitely really do appreciate that feature. And I also feel like when I was on the airplane and like my cell phone was in my pocket, I feel like this was actually really nice. So definitely appreciate that volume control right from the stem. And definitely overall for me at least, and especially if you have smaller ears, I will say that the AirPods Pro second generation were more comfortable for me and may be comfortable for those who also have smaller ear canals. In terms of sound quality, I'll say that honestly, they're both pretty great. I will say that I noticed that the sound was a bit more crisper with the second generation AirPods Pro. I also noticed that so Apple promises that the new AirPods Pro second generation have 2 times more noise cancellation than the first generation. I will say using these AirPods in both the gym as well as the airport, I did notice that the second generation was definitely quieter, and I felt like the sound was crisp as a result of the additional noise cancellation. So there definitely is an improvement there. As I mentioned previously, one of the major differences between the first generation and the second generation AirPods is the addition of adaptive transparency, courtesy of the new H2 chip. While I personally could not get this to trigger, hopefully this is something that we'll be able to see in the near future. In terms of battery life, I have found that using these for several weeks now, that the battery in the new AirPods Pro second generation is a bit longer. You have about 6 hours with active noise cancellation and about 30 hours with the case compared to 24 hours with the previous generation. So from a charging standpoint, the extra 6 hours with the case are definitely much appreciated, especially when traveling. Overall, I really enjoyed reviewing the AirPods Pro second generation. The noise cancellation is definitely improved from the first generation, and I noticed this especially in louder settings when I was at the airport or at the gym. So I definitely think that's a great new benefit if you are to upgrade to these new AirPods. I also really liked the volume control on the stem. I just didn't know that I would appreciate it as much as I have. I feel like when you're on the go, it's just much easier to do that very quickly as opposed to reaching for your phone or your Apple Watch. So I think the volume control was a great addition. I also really liked the speakers that are built into the case. As I mentioned earlier, I've lost my AirPods several times, one time even threw them away. So I think having the speakers definitely makes it much easier to find. So I think a lot of people will definitely appreciate that. However, I won't be upgrading to the AirPods Pro second generation quite just yet, as I already own the AirPods Pro first generation and they provide most of what I need day to day. I mainly use them for active noise cancellation, and my AirPods Pro are currently completely functional, so I'm going to continue to use them for as long as they last. But if you don't already own a pair of active noise cancellation headphones and you have an iPhone, then I think the AirPods Pro second generation are a really great fit. I think they pack a ton of great features, including the case with the new speakers so you can easily find them. You've got the volume control, you've got 2 times more noise cancellation, great battery life. They fit right into the Apple ecosystem really easily. So if you don't have a set of AirPods already, then I think these are a great fit. But if you already own the AirPods for first generation, I feel that the differences between the two are really incremental. I don't think it's drastically different enough where you need to pay another $249 for another set of the AirPods Pro. So I hope you all found this review really helpful. I really enjoyed making it for you. Please comment, like, and subscribe below, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thank you so much.